1 Samuel 27, David flees to the Philistines. But David said in his heart, "Now I will die one day by the hand of Saul. There is nothing better for me than to escape to the land of the Philistines. Then Saul will give up searching for me inside the borders of Israel, and I will escape from his hand once and for all." So David and the 600 men who were with him arose and crossed over to Achish, the son of Maoch, king of Gath. And David lived with Achish at Gath, he and his men, each man with his household, and David with his 2 wives, Ahinoam and Abigail, who was Nabal's widow. When Saul was told that David had fled to Gath, he no longer searched for him. Then David said to Achish, "If I have found favor in your sight, let me be given a place of my own in one of the cities in the country, so that I may live there. For why should your servant live in the royal city with you?" Then Achish gave David the town of Ziklag that day. Therefore Ziklag has belonged to the kings of Judah to this day. The number of days that David lived in the country of the Philistines was a year and 4 months. Now David and his men went up and raided the Gershites, the Girzites, and the Amalekites, the enemies of Israel that Joshua had failed to annihilate, for they had inhabited the land from ancient times, as one comes to Shur, even as far as the land of Egypt. David attacked the land and did not leave a man or woman alive, but he took the sheep, the cattle, the donkeys, and the camels, and the clothing, and returned to Achish. When Achish asked, "Where did you raid today?" David replied, "Against the Negev, the south country of Judah, and against the Negev of the Jeremites, Mealites, and against the Negev of the Kenites." David did not leave a man or a woman alive to bring news to Gath, saying to himself, "Otherwise they will tell about us, saying, 'This is what David has done.'" And this had been his practice all the time that he had lived in the country of the Philistines. Achish believed David, saying, "He has certainly become hated by his people in Israel, so he will always be my servant." If we read a little bit more here, it says, David was probably wanting more independence of movement in his own city and freedom from daily involvements with Achish's household and religious practices. The request was also a good way to find out how much Achish trusted him. If Achish was willing for David to live independently, he was not likely to be treating David as a spy or an enemy. And it says, it seems that David was double dealing with Achish in a way that was dishonest, and indeed he was. But Achish was not David's friend. He was the sworn enemy of David's people and all that David held dear. Achish intended to use David's military expertise for his own ends. This account does not say what God, whose very character is truth, thought about David's strategy. It is clear that God continued to protect and bless David during this very vulnerable time, and the raiding that David had done was continuing the commission the Lord had given the Israelites when they first came into the land. So even you see this, God's hand is still on him. We don't know if God is blessing or what he thought of his character, but God was still with him through this journey in his life. So he's going to be with us no matter what kind of journey we're going through. So this is your daily Bible chapter reading God's Word Monday through Friday. See you tomorrow.